Meet David. David has been thinking about joining his local Rotary Club, but he's got some David's got a question. Is Rotary membership right for me? Or do I even have time yet? The top 5 Rotary membership myths exposed. Myth number 1, Rotary is only for business networking. While Rotary was in fact founded as a group, its purpose has always been centered on service to the community and in fact the world. Both the personal and professional contacts that you will undoubtedly make are just a wonderful bit of joining Rotary. Number 2, Rotary is just an old boys club. Today, when Rotary was comprised of just local businessmen, but that was long ago. Bottom line, we're simply looking for high-character men and women in our community to serve. Myth number 3 is expensive. Actually, Rotary membership fees vary from club to community. Some are as little as mere dollars per month. Myth number 4, if I can't meetings, I can't be in Rotary. Rotary is about if you want to help us serve the community, but just can't get to regular meetings, Club will absolutely find a way for you to participate. 5, I just don't have time to be a Rotarian. Or does your business have 2 hours per month to contribute to the community? We can show you some reasonable goals and examples of how to get yourself in Rotary inside of your busy schedule. So you see, I have some concerns about joining Rotary until he heard the whole story. Don't let these myths stand in your way. Start your Rotary journey of service right now, because the world and Rotary needs you.
Our connections make powerful things, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary Action. And together, we turn great ideas into reality by accessing our networks, our experience, and the best of ourselves. Around the world, Rotary brings leaders together to build new and to solve problems. Like in Austria, where generations work side by side, innovative ways to build sustainable housing and community centers. Everyone learning. In India, volunteers run a mobile blood bank to help provide it for their local community. And in Taiwan, people are working with vulnerable citizens the support and services they need. Members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, there's power in our connections. Take action with us. Find out more at Rotary.org. Possibilities are all around us. Everywhere we look, we see opportunity. In unexpected places, share our knowledge, vision, and connections. We turn great ideas into in communities all around the world that we call home. Like transforming an old bus to feed hungry children, or providing life-saving to those who need it most. From fighting to people of action. Get involved at Rotary.org.
I graduated from college in 1990. This was 6 years after the end of the war, and a lot of new ideas were coming into Japan: democracy, education. It was a rather exciting time. There were opportunities for graduates, but the interesting part of the Rotary Foundation Fellowship is that you were supposed to be the ambassador going to another country, build friendship and understanding. That was attractive to me. To go abroad and study was very exciting. Americans were generous. This was the time when America was as the world leader. I had many Rotary meetings. I was very exposed to this world of organized service, learning a new way of life that I was trying to bring back to Japan. I don't think I can claim chosen a path to service because my service was very much in the academic world and the diplomatic world. But if I had not got fellowship, I would have just stayed in the university. I think the idea may have come in rather naturally because of my early exposure. Each person gives something that way.
Rotary Alumni Global Service Hours.
This is a great honor and a surprise pleasure. I would like to thank Rotary because it was great being invited to various places or represented by people very varied, what shall I say, professional coverage. And I learned so much by having been a Rotary Fellow that way.
Great.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Me, David has been thinking about joining his local Rotary Club, but he's got some questions. David's got a question. Is Rotary membership right for me? Or do I even have time to be a Rotary? The top 5 Rotary membership myths exposed. Myth number 1, Rotary is only for business networking. While Rotary was in fact founded as a social group, its purpose has always been centered on service to the community and in fact the world. Both the personal and professional contacts that you will undoubtedly make are just a side benefit of joining Rotary. Myth number 2, Rotary is just an old boys club. There was a day when Rotary was comprised of just local businessmen, but that was long ago. Bottom line, we're simply looking for high-character men and women in our community that want to. Myth number 3, expensive. Actually, Rotary membership fees vary from club to club and community. Some are as little as mere dollars per month. Myth number 4, if I can't make the meeting, I can't be in Rotary. Rotary is about serving. Help us serve the community, but just can't get to regular meetings? Your local club absolutely find a way for you to participate. Myth number 5, you don't have time to be a Rotarian. Did you or does your have 2 hours per month to contribute to the community? We can show you reasonable goals and examples of how to get yourself involved in Rotary inside of your. So you see, David did have some concerns about joining Rotary. Heard the whole story. Don't let these myths stand in your way. Start a journey of service right now, because the world needs Rotary, needs you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this session of the State of the District Address. Friends and family of Rotary, thank you for honoring the DG's invite to attend this session, where we'll be looking at the strides we have made in the last 6 months, and also look at what remains to be done in the coming 6 months as we implement the strategic plan for this Rotary year. I would like to recognize the presence of our District Governor, Alex, who's currently in Mombasa, our DG, Azeb Azrat, all the way from Ethiopia, our District Governor nominee, Lena Dithau, past District Governors, District Leaders, and indeed all you Rotarians. Welcome, and thank you very much for joining in. I will now call this meeting to order.
Recording in progress.
We'll now have the national anthem.
Presented in District 9212 are Eritrea, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Kenya. And now we will play the national anthem for the host country, Kenya.
And now for the four-way tests. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Rotarians, feel free to use the chat box for any questions, comments, observations, and then we'll get to engage during the plenary sessions that we have. And please note to stay muted until you're asked to speak so that we can have an orderly meeting. We'll go to announcements. I have just two main announcements. Firstly is to remind our presidents of our monthly presidents meeting with the district governor and district leaders. The next meeting is coming up this Tuesday next week, which is on 1st of February at 6 p.m. and it will be a virtual meeting. Secondly, I would like to announce the next major district event we have, which is the District Assembly. This will take place in April 21st. And among other things, what we get to do at the District Assembly is announce the District Governor nominee for the year 2024-2025. So in a short while, the District Governor will be sending a communication to the presidents to have their clubs send in their nominations for candidates for the role of District Governor nominee 2024-2025. So for the presidents, please look out for that communication and ensure that your clubs submit the nominations to the District Governor within the deadline, which will be in that communication. Thank you very much. I would now like to call upon our District Governor, Alex, to make his opening remarks. The DG, karibu sana.
A very good morning to you all. My family of Rotary, a very happy new year. And can you hear me?
Yes, DJ, we can hear you, but we can't see you. I think that's a studio.
All right.
Yes, we see you now.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to see each and every one of you on this call. It's been an amazing first half of a year. Why do I say this? I'm a lover of football. And in the first half, it's the time when teams are trying to suss out each other and see how and level up each other to be able to try and win a match. In the most critical part of a match is the halftime. And during this halftime, when the coach puts it together and ensures that, could the admin please ensure that everybody is muted? Thank you. It's in the halftime that you have each and every team member brought to speed by their coach. It's the same thing that we're doing this morning, my fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors, my family. It's always important to have that halftime reflection of how we have performed in the first half, with the very intention of being able to finish strong in that second half. So let's call this moment the room moment and the reflection moment. And as we set out to listen to our coaches here from different committees in the district, tell us of how we've performed in this first half, we will then be able to have a clear vision of what is left for us in the second half. But allow me to, in a sense, bring us to speed as to how far we've come. And I'll start with myself. I have had a deeper meaning and understanding of service. When we call out service above self, it's not just by word, it's by deed. My family have seen amazing, and I've met amazing people across this district. People of action, people who have intention and every good intention to be the good that they want to see in this world. And for that, I have seen it in each one of your spaces, in your communities, on the dedication and the commitment you as Rotarians and Rotaractors are putting in to see that change. For that, I want to honor each and every one of you. I want to honor each and every one of you for opening up your homes, opening up your clubs, opening up your projects for your governor to visit. I'm happy to report that I have concluded my official governor's visits to all clubs, except for 3 of them, which I will be doing in the coming months. That has been a great, great eye-opener as your governor in seeing to it that indeed, as a district, we are focused and we're moving forward in our clarion call of service above self. Now, the second mission I set out was that of corporatizing our district. There were structures that were put in place during this particular time, and critical being the foundation towards this district. We've been growing year on year. And with every growing organization, it requires a robust structure that can stand the test of time. The EXCO, led by our very able district governor nominee, Leonard, has led this very great effort in establishing the Governance and Ethics Committee, which is led by Dr. Joe Kamau. One that was now long overdue and that is now having hit the ground running and is doing an awesome job in helping clubs set structures that hold on accountability, that hold us to matters of openness and integrity as clubs. And one that also has helped build structures of being able to help in resolving disputes within the clubs. The other one is the administration around the club runner. This is one of those innovative structures that have been put to be able to ease up how we administratively relate with our district. I know club presidents, club secretaries, and such are the ones that deal on a day-to-day basis with matters administration. Now we brought and collected all this together to make it easier for you as a club leader, to make it easier for you as a member to access the district running of the website, running of events, running of communication, running of our stories through one singular platform that ideally is going to be a game changer within the district. I want to really commend the efforts that have been put behind the scenes by Henry Dirango, who leads the PR and communication and innovations team that has seen this to light. Another innovative part of how we've delivered in this district is that of the Kazi Connect. Kazi Connect is a platform that is connecting employers to employees. And with that, it has come with it great benefit that has seen people being able to actually build on relationships that help us get us good employees, as well as help identify good employers that you can work with that mostly have the same value, they share the same values that we have as a people and a people of Rotary. So the Kazi Connect is an initiative that was led by our district Rotary representative, George Otieno, and his team, and I want to commend you for the work that has been done. Beyond that, ladies and gentlemen, every governor sets out 3 or 4 agendas to be able to make his or her year a success. And the first one of the key indicators of success is that of growth in membership. The only sign of life, I keep on telling you, is growth. That's the only sign of life. In everything, in a plant, in everything in your own personal development, the only sign of life is growth. And as such, we have to be very intentional about it as Rotarians and Rotaractors to grow your clubs with quality membership, with people who are dedicated and who share the same values as you do. And that is one of those game-changing experiences that we were called upon as we began this year, and the clarion call from our able Rotary International President, Sheka Meta, who challenged us to grow more. And how was this clarion call? It was around the rich one, bring one. Have you today, in this halfway match, been able to take up that clarion call of bringing just one Rotarian to your club and introducing them? If you haven't, it's a food for thought, and it's a matter that I would like you to put a yellow sticky to get that done in this second half. If we all committed ourselves to grow more in this year and brought one person out of 3,700 Rotarians, I am sure we can double that number very, very easily. So let's be intentional about that. Reach out to good people out there that are just waiting to be invited, and they will come. I'm very happy to report that during this first half, we grew, but also there's a flip side to it. We also lost a substantial number of members, in total actually 157 members when we crossed over the December mark. We have to recover from this, and the how and some of the suggestions, as you see from the record, will be brought out by the membership chair. The other matter I would like us to discuss upon is the do more. This is on the programs and the services space. With that, there's been a lot of work happening behind the scenes by the team led by Jan Masharia, by Janet Mathenge, and Isaac Itoho in international services. There's a lot of work that is happening behind the scenes in our mission to be able to get the One Love heart surgeries taking place to treat at least 200 children. There is also the 1 million tree challenge that has set off in good earnest, but we need to record more of that as we seek out from clubs how many trees have we planted, but correction, grown and started growing. And I think if we got all of us into that effort in terms of growing trees, I truly believe we're on the mark in hitting our numbers of our sustainability program around greening our district. You will get to hear more about the programs and services space. And with that, there are other areas that we can be able to look at. And we've been looking at the area around the district conference, which is coming up, and it will happen in May. So let's not wait, pull a wait and see situation. This particular conference, guys, is gonna be in person, and it will be a one of a kind show. That, for those of you that would know me, you know that we don't leave any space out when we make things in a One Love kind of environment, and with one that has a good oomph, and we are people of party in action. Now, with that, there are many things that are going to be said this morning, and I would like to allow the key champions, the coaches, to be able to take us through these variations. I want to sincerely thank my Council of Governors for their amazing support. Every day they have continued to hold my hand. And every day that I've asked for their help, they have come through. I'm here in Mombasa, reaching out to Rotarians to be able to give to the foundation, a matter that is very close and dear to my heart. It's the other area that I would like us to focus on this year. Give more to the foundation, guys. Applying the attitude of gratitude in every sphere of your life gives you a greater fulfillment and a purpose. And Rotary is that vehicle that delivers that very purpose. You are empowered. You are gifted. You are blessed. Use this year as one that is going to be one that you gift to the foundation. Bring forth your gifts, because you can see truly this is what has continued to sustain our communities, to build our communities in schools, in hospitals, in water projects, in reaching out to our children. All in it's doing good. Let's not be left out. We are close, but we need to increase our giving spirit. And with that, we can do more and grow more. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to honor you this morning. I want to honor you for accepting, one, to serve in Rotary. One of the very things that I've had the privilege of being able to do and see is that I've met Rotarians from all circles, Rotarians who have served in Rotary for over 50 years, and others who have just joined. One of the things or the characters that I see in each and every one of them is that of a spirit of service, is that conviction of being able to see that our world is doing better than we envision a larger, happy society. Let's continue embracing that. Let's continue growing our District 9212, of which I am a very proud governor. With that, I would like to take this opportunity to invite our leaders to come and just say a few words. And I'll start off with our district governor nominee, Leonard Ethau. Welcome, Leonard.
Thank you. Thank you very much, District Governor, for that accurate assessment of the status of our district and what remains to be done by all of us. My dear Rotarians of District 9212, good morning. The purpose of this State of the District address is to allow an opportunity for us to pause and reflect as to enabling a focused thought on how we collectively as a district are performing and how we might do better. It creates time for us to step back from the events and experiences of the last 6 months, to study their meaning and to try and draw conclusions thereof. And following this, we can then return to our roles with new insight, revitalized energy, and a fresh perspective. The progress that we have collectively made in the last 6 months is truly amazing. And as we will see from the following presentations, much has been done, but there is still more left to do. I congratulate all of you for this achievement. The data points to the importance that each and every Rotarian contributes to our overall progress. What each and every one of you does is important, it matters, and it is appreciated. Please do more in the coming months. Be excited, join up together, enjoy yourselves, but most of all, deliver on our promise. Remember that we must serve to change lives with one love. Thank you. Back to you, District Governor.
Thank you very much, District Governor nominee Leonard. You look amazing in yellow. Bring out the sunshine. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome upon our beautiful District Governor-elect, Azrat from Ethiopia. She will be taking over from me in the year of Imagine Rotary.
Imagine.
Learn more about Imagine Rotary. Welcome, Azab, my dear sister.
Thank you. Thank you very much, DG Alex and the Sunshine Leonard, and all protocols observed. I won't go into detail. Fellow Rotarians, good morning. I'm happy to be here, especially working with the district governor and district governor nominee to really pave the way how I am going to be embarking on a journey, a very interesting journey come July. As you may be aware, the 2022-23 RI team was launched on the 20th of January, having a team Imagine Rotary to highlight the voluminous, the vital work that Rotary has done in the past as well as in the future, just to make sure that without due respect to Rotary, not to highlight what we have been doing with Imagine Rotary, that we will be able to highlight more. During this Rotary year, following the last, I've been busy preparing for my team 2020-23, working closely, having a number of consultative meetings with senior Rotarians has really paved the way for workable planning to embark on a journey together with all of you. As part of the implementation, I'm happy to highlight the dynamic team that we have created, composing of the president-elects and district officials, which certainly is an added value to ensure continuity and sustainability of the district following. I promise you that we will ensure that whatever you leave, that will go on forward to make sure that our district becomes strong and deliver what we are supposed to be delivering. Before I close my brief remarks, I would like to share information on the upcoming training events for senior leaderships. We have already set a schedule for 5th of March to hold DTTS and AGIS trainings in Nairobi during the time that I will be launching the district's team. On the 12th of March, PETS and training will be held in Nairobi, and that will give me almost a week to continue my consultations and my getting together with selected Rotarians and my team. On the 19th of March, we're going to hold DTTS PETS AGIS training in Addis Ababa. On the 26th of March, DTTS PETS and AGIS training will be held in South Sudan in Juba, and that will bring us up to date in terms of the senior leadership training, which is ongoing. What really makes it very important is that all the president-elects at the moment are taking their trainings on the Learning Center on Rotary website, and most of them are already having their boards constituted. And I also called upon the others to follow suit so that we have all our training.
of reasons. One of them, we're measuring so that at least we can increase our appeal as Rotary. We can be accountable. And also, we are measuring also as part of corporatizing the district, where now we hold our district leaders accountable with some deliverables. And most importantly, we are measuring to add value to you as Rotarians, so that we can actually meet your expectations as Rotarians. But before we get into our discussing and our deliverables for the past 6 months, I'd like to introduce our country chair as one of the key pillars of delivering our objectives for the last 6 months. So, country chair, karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Mr. Strategy, that's what I call him, Tito, my good friend. Thank you very much. And good morning, my family of Rotary. I trust the year started off well for you all and your loved ones. As you saw, my name is Kuria Waithaka. I'm the country chair for Kenya. And as I sit here, I'm also representing my fellow country chairs in the district. That is CC Philphil Mulugeta and also Emmanuel Ekodu. So Philphil is from Ethiopia and Emmanuel Ekodu from South Sudan. I think I saw Philphil on the line, so she can probably comment later on. Yes, so just to mention that Ethiopia and Kenya do have full-fledged country offices, which means physical premises as well as having staff. They're fully staffed. And just to mention that in Kenya in particular, we have a country administrator, but in addition, we also host the district administration officer and also the district grants and accounts officer. I believe that you probably have interacted with them in the course of the Rotary year. So, what we do as country officers and country chairs? In this regard, we are honored to continue to serve you and your clubs through administrative support, information dissemination, and also being a repository and one-stop point for information. We also offer assistance in coordination of country and district events and activities. For instance, you'll have noted the various foundation dinners that have been held, the major donor dinner and also the TRF dinner. As well, we participate and support in activities such as Polio Day celebrations, Global Hand Washing Day activities, DCA coordination, amongst other matters. We're also involved in hosting and convening meetings and trainings, and you had DG mention that we'll be having the PETS and the DTTS in the coming days. We'll obviously be on hand to support those. As well, we support, or we lend a hand to district officials and engage with assistant governors and also club leaders on various Rotary matters, including dispute resolution, club development, and also project support, amongst other functions. So, we have done 6, going on 7 months now. What are some of the highlights, especially from a country chair perspective, in the first 6 months of the Rotary year? A major one included coordinating the district governor club visits. And will you believe this? The DG visited a record 132 clubs in the district, which is just about 98% of the clubs in the district. The other 3 or so is for reasons that were, unavoidable, but they shall be visited. So, on behalf of the country chairs, my colleagues, we thank you, fellow Rotarians, for working with the country chairs and offices and the assistant governors as appropriate to make the club visits a success. We are grateful to you all for warmly receiving and hosting the DG and the district officials who accompanied him during the visits to your clubs, whether these visits were held virtually or physically. There was also the milestone visit by the Rotary International President, Sheikh Meta, to Ethiopia and Kenya in September 2021. And the respective country offices were instrumental in supporting in the planning and logistics for the visits, which I believe you can say they were successful and went well. So what happens in the coming months? We'll continue with this support and coordination, and this is the coordination that you so require so as to finish the year strong. Just to mention that in Kenya, a key initiative that we're looking at undertaking in the next few months is to facilitate the registration of all clubs in Kenya as legal entities and affiliated to the country office. And I'm happy to mention that Ethiopia and South Sudan are actually in good stead in this regard, so we are learning from them, we are benchmarking and learning from them. So why do we want to register the clubs? Why do we want all clubs to be registered as entities, legal entities? This is really for smooth interface of operations and accountability, including stewardship. In addition, this will also help ease the administrative requirements of the clubs, including the opening of bank accounts. I know from time to time you do have to come to the country office to issue your letter to be able to, to facilitate the opening of bank accounts. But now, when you register in your own name, you'll be able to do that, and other administrative matters as well, and also to provide for harmonized reporting and compliance and the streamlining of various operations. In this, we'll be sharing more information to the Kenya clubs in this regard soon, and we kindly call upon your cooperation in bringing this project to fruition. So as I wind up, let's have a great next 5 months ahead. As country chairs and offices, we are here for you, here at your service. One love. Thank you very much. Back to you, Tito, in studio. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our country chair, Kuria Waithaka. And the country offices in Kenya, South Sudan, and Ethiopia, they are there to serve you. They are there to make sure that you access as much services as you can from them, so make use of them. So now, I would like to get into the discussion of the day, which is the State of the District Address. And I would like to encourage you, while we are presenting to you what has happened in the last 6 months, I would request that you engage us on chat, ask questions, get to understand what you think is not very clear. Because this is your district, this is what is happening, and we want to work together to make sure that we make it one of the most formidable districts in the region. Now, let me start by reminding you about our vision. Together, you and me, as Rotarians, we see a world where people get together, people unite, and take action to create lasting change. And this change across the globe is in our communities, and most importantly, in ourselves. And this is the team that has been implementing the goals for the year. So we have the DG, we have the DGE, we have DGN, and we have the array of officials who have been very active, trying to make sure that we very active to take this district to another level. Just as a reminder, these remain as key priorities, and these are priorities in the district, and these are priorities in the district, in the clubs, and priorities internationally. We have set out to increase our impact. We have set out to expand our reach. We have set out to enhance our engagement, and we want to increase our ability. So those are the 4 priorities of Rotary world over. At the district level, we have the 10 goals we have set out for ourselves for this year that we set out for us. And these are the goals. I believe you're conversant with this. We did quite a lot of work. Trying to make sure that you get to understand this. Now, let's dive into the discussion of the day. And I would like to invite our district and representative to come and give us his the district as of the past 6 months. DRR, Karibu. So, DRR.
Thank you very much, DS Tito. Thank you very much. This morning, I am here to represent both the new generations team, and Rotaractors across the district, as is in my title as district representative. I am DRR Rotaractor George Otieno, and as we started this year, the goals were very clear. We needed to grow Rotaract. We needed to increase the number of Rotaractors who become Rotarians. We develop a world-class RILA, and of course, we needed to grow Interact this year. And as we set out to do these things, as we took these goals and found the best way to do this was to focus on engagement. This year our focus was to increase engagement from what started out as 30% from what started out as 2020 and moved it up to 60%, and that is actively engaging about 1,700 of our members every month during and after the restrictions with COVID, so that of the 2,838 members we now have, we would have an active membership, doing the work that we required, growing Rotaract and building Rotary. So in building Rotary, we focused on getting Rotaractors to charter three new, and so in Kisumu, in Embu, and in Nairobi, we have 3 Rotary clubs currently being chartered by Rotaractors and alumni of Rotaractors. We have so far chartered two new Rotaract clubs, and are focusing on increasing our membership by that 50% goal set by our DG. Of course, in 2021, we challenged Rotaractors to give to the foundation. One of the ways that we did so was pretty interesting. Rotaractors told me that if they raised, or maybe I told Rotaractors that if they raised $1,000, I would go completely bald and beardless. And so they did. They raised $1,500 in about a week and a half, raising our giving to about $3,000 by the end of December 2021. And right now we have 5 Rotaract PHFs just within the first 6 months of the Rotary year 2021-2022. We have 16 clubs that have achieved a giving certificate and 1 club that is running a district grant. Our ask in this to all Rotarians and Rotaractors across the district is to keep giving to the foundation, and specifically to Rotarians to ensure that we get to participate actively in district and global grants with Rotaractors. We only have one Rotaract club in the district. That is the Rotaract Club of Naivasha running a district grant. We'd like to increase that so that we can have more Rotaractors actively engaged and able to run grants. Of course, on the 12th of March, that is right before the anniversary of Rotaract. As Rotaract turns 54, we will recognize all the givers and clubs in our district. Rotaract's main goal, of course, is leadership and professional development. And in this, we have done quite a bit. We started RILA for the district, for which the theme was Rise. In Kenya, we had the leadership experiential boot camp, where the themes were leading self, leading teams, and leading change, where 350 people registered and 150 attended. And towards the end of that, we realized the need for physical interaction in building that aspect of Rotaract. Hence, we have a physical RILA closer also coming up just before the anniversary of Rotaract. In Ethiopia, in March, of course, we will have RILA Nesser, the Eagle, to close off RILA this year. We've focused on the employable skills of Rotaractors quite a bit, and Rotaractors gave us feedback that we need to also build the entrepreneurial skills of Rotaractors. And so we partnered with an organization, Somo Africa, to train Rotaractors in starting their own businesses. Rotaractors can go on to DigiSomo and sign up for the training. We have had 187 job seekers register just in the first month of Kazi Connect. What we need here is for more Rotaractors and Rotarians to sign up on Kazi Connect, more Rotarians and Rotaractors to become employers on Kazi Connect, so that we can continue to increase the networking, the professional networking for Rotaractors through Rotary. You can also, as you plan for your year next year, use Kazi Connect to recruit people, to spread the word on your Rotary action groups, to spread the word on your district teams, so that you can get more Rotaractors on there. I believe it would be very beneficial. And of course, Rotaractors are still people of action. Under the Service Above Self motto, we have had Rotaractors participate in projects quite actively. Again, we encourage Rotaractors and Rotarians to work together in projects we need from Rotarians and Rotaractors is to ensure that we, again, actively participate together in these projects so that as Rotaract grows, as we continue to elevate Rotaract, we have more Rotaractors capable of running their own projects, of being the hosts of district and global grants. And in 2022, 2023, dues are coming to Rotaract from Rotary International. We urge all Rotaract presidents, presidents-elect, and all Rotary Club presidents that have active Rotaract clubs to prepare them for this fact. I am here also representing Chair Roger Obare, and in the new generations we have four priorities this year: Interact, Youth Exchange, of course our Blood Project, and Youth Protection. In Interact, we focused on ensuring that all our information is consolidated. So we currently have 172 Interact clubs registered, but you'll notice that only 96 clubs actually report their leadership. So we only have 96 active Interact clubs in the district. Of these, reduce it back to 32 that are currently actively undertaking projects. These 32 clubs are capable of absolutely running district and global grants, and we should give them the opportunity to do so by working with them. We have 2 new Interact clubs chartered, and we have ensured that we do a lot of training for new generations and directors and club patrons. The focus on club patrons increases collaboration between Interact clubs, especially in this time where collaboration has been difficult. In Youth Exchange, we have sent 10 students from our district on a virtual exchange with students from around the globe to District 3131. And if you'd like interactors from your club or from any other club or any young people to participate in this exchange, young people below 18, application is ongoing on our district website. We worked with the Kenya National Blood Transfusion Service in July 2021 to donate 7,300 units of blood. In November, we organized another blood drive, bringing our total collections in our collaboration with KNBTS to 19,000 units of blood in 2021. We'd like to increase this. We'd like to enhance our partnership on this. While we continue to do this, we need to emphasize the importance of protecting our youth. Increasingly, we have had to have interactions with youth online, and the need for youth protection and the need for data policies that protect youth continues to increase. What we plan on doing this second half of the year is training further our new generation's directors and club patrons. We are looking to charter at least 8 Interact clubs and to grow our partnerships in tree planting. On Youth Exchange, we actually need to send people physically for youth exchanges under the Power of One program. So we'd like to send 2 per country. If in your country or in your club you'd like to send interactors for this exchange, please reach out to the New Generations team and continue to look out for our virtual exchanges during the short holidays of school. We also intend to formalize our partnership with the Kenya National Blood Transfusion Service. We also want to complete our blood bank project. So we'll tell you what exactly we need from you to ensure that we do that. We're planning a session with our Youth Protection Officer to ensure that every Rotarian, Rotaractor, and Interactor understands the importance of and how to protect youth. What we need from you, therefore, is for new generations directors in clubs to be involved in Interact activities and in Rotaract activities. We need mentorship. Mentorship for Rotaractors, for Interactors, but especially for Interactors and other young people in schools. We need Rotarians and Rotary clubs to register as sponsors online on My Rotary. And we need Rotarians to partner with Interact clubs in the tree planting. The reason for this is Interactors are in school actively taking care of the trees that are planted. We'd like them to grow after all. And of course, we need every club to appoint a New Generations director. In Youth Exchange, please let everyone know that we have Youth Exchange activities ongoing. In blood donation, absolutely come out to donate. We need more donors, even as we continue to request for more blood. And we would like clubs to find ways to start looking into blood donation, blood banks, as a place for global grant application. In youth protection, please be careful what you say to anybody below the age of 18. please watch carefully how you use, and this isn't just people below the age of 18, but anybody's photographs, anybody's material without their permission. For people below the age of 18, parental written consent from the parents is absolutely important. And as DJ Alex always says, let's do it all with one love. I am, again, District Rotary Representative, Jojo Tieno. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, our DRR, for that presentation. And again, please engage our DRR, ask him questions on chat, and he'll be available to respond to them. And how we're going to do this is we have clustered the presentations in forms of three clusters. And after every 3 presentations, we'll open up a question and answer session where now you can get to ask the district chairs who will have presented some of your concerns, some of your questions and clarifications. Now, our next presentation is on membership. And in the strategy team, I work with a committee. And I have a member of my committee here, and she will introduce herself and talk to you more about membership. Welcome.
Good morning, DG, DGE, DGN, past district governors, district leadership, fellow Rotarians and friends. Fellow Rotarians and friends. I serve on the district strategy committee. When we started off the year, we started with a membership goal of 70% growth, distributed across the corporate clubs, the e-clubs, the conversion of Rotaractor clubs, and a little bit of focus on the clubs with membership below 25. And of course, running the Each One Bring One campaign, an extension of clubs. Over the first 6 months of our Rotary year, we started with club membership of just a little above 3,500, and we enjoyed an upward trajectory up to November. And then we experienced some attrition in December, dropping us down to 3,572. Attrition which was mostly attributed to membership dues, which we'll discuss a little bit later. Our growth by gender has been oscillating, the distribution of membership across the genders oscillates between 49% to 51%. And this has been fairly consistent in the last 6 months. For our club formation target, we had targeted to open 22, to form 22 clubs in this year. A goal which we're falling a bit behind on, considering that we have achieved about 15% of this target at 4 clubs formed. So over the next 6 months, we need to pull up our bootstraps a little bit so that we can recover the 7 that we're behind and also achieve the 11 to meet this target. Our average age in membership is around 40 to 45 years of age. And our new Rotarians, progress on that has been a little bit weak, with our achieving only 1% of our targets. So again, I am encouraging us to have a little bit more focus on membership. Our average attendance trend has been on an upward trajectory, moving us from 30 to 55, a quick leap in August to September, and staying around there at the 50 mark, which has been consistent, however, still falls slightly below our target, which would be 75%, which we would enjoy. One of the challenges that we're experiencing at the district level is reporting. So you'll notice that in August we had good reporting of the monthly attendance at 73%. However, we struggle through the months following where attendance is not being consistently reported. The challenges that we've experienced as a district are that club leadership is not necessarily prioritizing membership growth. We've also, as I mentioned earlier, experienced quite a bit of attrition in December due to the non-payment of dues. We would want to see a little bit more support from the regional coordinators so that we can enable us to meet this target. We do appreciate that we have had a rough year because of the restrictions that COVID presents when it comes to face-to-face interactions. Therefore, you know, attendance has struggled quite a bit, and club visits has been a bit limited. Over the next 6 months, we're looking forward to a little bit better coordination between the assistant governors and the regional coordinators, and a little bit more involvement with the presidents and the membership teams so that we can look at how best to go about achieving this goal. We're also going to fast track the formation of clubs that are in formation, the chartering of clubs that are in formation, and also looking at innovative ways of collecting dues so that we can bridge this challenge of non-payment of dues and avoid the attrition that we did experience at the end of last year. You'll also be looking forward to a promotion targeting the under 25 clubs so that we can hit our mark as we close the year. So when it comes to membership, I encourage all of us to prioritize this particular goal. And we will work as a district together to make it a little bit easier to make this achievable. The message from our membership chair, what he would want the district to know is that membership is indeed one of our critical pillars as Rotary. And therefore, it is the responsibility of all Rotarians to invest in membership growth by inviting your qualified friends and your qualified family members into Rotary. Remember that more hands means that we have more effective service. Let's do it with one love.
All right. Thank you very much, Susan, for that. And yes, of course, more hands means more service. I want to talk about the foundation. Let me first start by talking about our giving to the foundation. And we started out by targeting to raise $500,000 and we had the different ways that we wanted to raise this money. This is how we look 6 months later. So far, we've been able to raise $184,000. So we are at 27% of our target. So we actually are a bit low in our giving. And the giving in the different countries, 95% of it is from Kenya, 3% is from Ethiopia, and 2% is from South Sudan. And so far, 54% of the clubs are the ones that have given to the foundation. And if you look at that trend, it tells you that much of the giving happened during the foundation month, that is in November. Rotaractors have also been giving. Actually, they've been able to raise $1,500 to the foundation, which is really, really remarkable. And I would really encourage all of us, especially clubs that have not been able to give to the foundation, to really start doing something about it. Our DG ran the PHF offer, and the target was to give 200 PHFs. This is how it has been for the past 6 months. So far, we've been able to give 45 PHFs, but we have 141 that are in waiting. They're waiting to be matched. So by and large, by the time we're done with these 141, we should have been able to hit our target. But I would encourage you, as Rotarians, take advantage of this offer by our DG. And the number of clubs that have been able to take up this offer, this is now the down part of it, only 13% of clubs have been able to take the DG's offer. We have 136 clubs in the district. So basically, we're talking about 14, 15 clubs having taken up the DG's offer. So if your club has not taken up, you don't have anyone who's taken up the DG's offer, please reach out to your president and to your foundation director. So far, 68 clubs in our district are zero giving. I also again want to encourage you, please make sure at least you put your club in the map and get them off this list of non-giving clubs. On grants, global grants and district grants, this is how we look. So we're starting right now, as at the last 6 months, we have projects worth $10 million in this district, in the 3 countries. And then this figure has changed a bit. That's why it's still missing. But it's slightly above 150 projects. And of all these projects, only 39 have been reported on Rotary Showcase. Rotary Showcase is where now you go and give an outline of what you're doing as a club and also share your success stories. So far, only 39 projects are on Showcase. And if you look at the state of the global grants, currently, so far we have 16 global grants that have been applied. Approved and paid this year so far is 118. That includes those ones that had been applied for before the year started, but they were approved this first half. Then 8 of the grants are awaiting approval by the regional grants officer. And then 10 of them are awaiting DRFC approval. And in draft, we have 51. Those that have been approved but are still pending payment are 16. And successfully, we've been able to close 27 grants. At the district level, we've been able to have 15 clubs applying for the district grants. Also, when it comes to qualification, so far, 39 clubs out of an expected 60 clubs have been qualified. So this is also another concern. We are slightly past half, but qualification normally happens within the first quarter of the year. So this is something that you need to look at as a club. Our compliance to reporting has been going down. We started off at 95% compliance, but then we've been having a lot of late reports from the different clubs. So right now we're at 91%, and this has an impact on our stewardship capacity as a district. So from DRFC, next 6 months, how do they look like? They want to do more training in grants application, in implementation and management. And this is the result of the graphs that we've just presented. Then we need to have club qualification training as part of PETS. When presidents are taking over, they need to be specifically trained on how to apply, how to qualify the clubs. Then we'll do a lot of expansion of awareness creation on the foundation, and then we'll match those 141 PHFs contributors. And another plan we have is to hold regional dinners. I know next month we'll be having a foundation dinner in Mombasa, and we'll be doing this in the different regions in the district. Then we'll work a lot in terms of enhancing working with cadres and experts on grant management and stewardship. Message from our DRFC chair. He says, make generosity part of your growth strategy. Participate in Rotary Foundation through all activities which include giving, grant application, and reporting on grant implementation. Thank you very much. And I would want now to hand over the discussion back to my colleague, Susan.
Thank you, Tito. And as we continue, I encourage you to share your comments on the chat and your ideas on how we can proceed under all of these goals in the remaining half of the year. So under governance and ethics, we had very clear deliverables. This is a new area for us as a district, and we wanted to be very clear on the provision of guidance on governance and ethics. We set out to create an oversight on compliance of Rotary policies, bylaws, and stewardship. We also wanted to provide some guidance on the district code of conduct and transparency, and also derive very clear processes on clearing potential members, district officers, and approving membership transfers. And lastly, we also wanted to establish very clear guidelines on whistleblowing and also create a hotline for the same, strictly highly confidential hotline for this. Let's see how we've done over the first 6 months. In regards to distribution of governance documents, we started out well in September and have continued to ensure that documentation of our governance documents have been distributed equally across the clubs, almost hitting our full 136 clubs. So in the next, by end of February, we should have all clubs having the documentation for governance. In regards to training, 135 clubs have already been trained, and we're looking forward to, in the next month, February, Ethiopia and South Sudan getting into the phase 2 of the training. We're looking at the district code of conduct being launched, has already been launched rather, and the compliance by clubs has been ongoing. So this is a success story in that regard. In regards to vetting, we've already had 98% of the district officers have already gone through the vetting structure that has been put in place and have already been cleared by the committee. This committee also oversees dispute resolution and also looks into whistleblowing issues, as earlier mentioned. In the month of September, the committee was able to address 4 disputes. In October, another 4, November the same, and in December, 6 disputes were resolved. The committee also received a number of whistleblower issues that were raised, 1 in September, in October the same, 2 in November, and 3 in December. So it's great to see a new area that has taken off and is really on an upward trajectory, and it's good to have a success story at this level, in particular to an issue that is so critical. The Ethics and Governance Chair would like to say, I would want every Rotarian in the district to understand that their rights and privileges are protected by the new governance policies, and that they have a channel to report any wrongdoing which they feel is detrimental to Rotary. And to the clubs, I would like to reiterate that the more well-structured the clubs are in terms of governance structures, the more high-quality new members the club will attract. Hence, a win-win situation. And this goes beyond the club level. Even as a district, the more we have good governance structures, the better our image to the general public will be. Hence, we shall attract more partnerships and more potential members. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Susan. And now we go to the question and answer session. And just before we get into it, I can see already a few questions that are coming in. But I would like to invite the district chairs of the concerned dockets that we just talked about to just come in and give a few comments. So I know our membership chair is with us. I know Dr. Joe is online, and I hope our PDG Peter, or member of his team, is online to just make a comment or two from that presentation. So membership chair, Maina Geshoi, karibu sana.
Thank you, Tito. Morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to speak to you this morning. My docket is one of the hardest things to do in this district. It's growing membership. As you heard from the presentation, we're doing very well until December, when the usual attrition happens because of dues. And I need to comment about dues. I support clubs in what they do. Please make sure that you are always collecting what is due, because as you know, your dues to RI and district are static. So if you don't collect money from your members, you'll always have a problem. Having said that, it all comes from what kind of people we're putting through the door. If we get the quality people through the door, our dues will not be a problem. I know there's a lot of pressure from us, the district, and from RI to grow. But how are we growing? Are we growing with a quality membership, or are you just growing to grow? And it all comes in, what you put in is what comes out. As we encourage us to grow, we're still very optimistic that we will still meet our objectives for this year and the coming years, to make sure that we keep on growing Rotary. Because as you all know, that the more we have, the more hands we have, the better service we will give to our communities. I'm happy to say that so far this year, we have 4 clubs have been awarded charter in our district, and we have another 9 in the pipeline. I'm very excited to say out of the 9 in the pipeline are 3 Rotaract conversions, former Rotaractors forming their Rotary clubs, one in Nairobi, one in Embu, and one in Kisumu. And as you remember when we started, we said one of our objectives is to make sure that the young guys are joining Rotary. And one of the things is that we make former Rotaractors to be Rotarians. I'm very excited about that. And I am encouraging more young guys to join Rotary. I joined Rotary when I was young. As you can see now, we are growing a bit older. But the energies we had when we joined are not the same. I'm not saying that we are slow, but let's encourage young guys to join Rotary. And the guys who are listening to me, you know, our younger brothers and sisters, let's encourage them to join Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our membership chair. And I would want to invite our foundation chair, PDG Peter. I hope you're online. Is it online? All right.
Yes, I am.
Karibu sana.
Yes. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to say a few words. Sorry, I was listening on YouTube because it's a bit clearer than this other line. What I would like to say is that, yes, we are doing well on the foundation, but we could do better. First of all, I am concerned that we have so many clubs, 68%, who are non-giving. And I always remind that you only need to have one person contribute $20 and you're a giving club. So I strongly feel that there should be no non-giving club in the district. And so I encourage all those clubs which have not contributed, this is the period during which you should contribute. The other thing I would like to mention is that we are doing well on the grant reporting. The figure has now increased to 93%. Out of about 117 grants running, we only have about 5 which are late, and we are on top of them. We really push them. So things are going well on that line, and the applications are already, there are very many more people applying for grants. On the district grants, we were a bit disappointed that only 15 clubs applied for the grants. So ideally, all of them won, and we have had to, we are holding down a bit. The grants we'll be communicating to them within the next 1 month or so to tell them, and we'll hold a meeting with them, all the people who have qualified, who have gone through, and we meet them and explain to them what's next. As we wait for the funds to come, we will train them before they get the funds. Otherwise, I thank the Rotarians for the support, and I also thank the leadership led by the DG and all the other officers for the interests and support they give the DRFC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, PDG Peter. And I hope Dr. Joe is online, the chair for Ethics and Governance Committee. Just make some brief comments.
Thank you and good morning.
Morning, Doctor.
Yeah, morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on the road, but I'll be able to make a few comments. First of all, I want to thank all the clubs and the club presidents and the boards for adopting and embracing our new district policies on governance and ethics. I want to sincerely thank the clubs that have also been able to appoint a dedicated director to handle the governance and ethics. And people have been asking, what is the role of this director? We want every club to have this governance and ethics as a board member so that they can ensure compliance before the district by the new director for governance and ethics. Actually given a deadline that all the clubs are going to comply by that date. And by the way, you don't really have to appoint a different director from the current team that you have. If you have a constraint of membership, you can just have one of your board members take this as an extra portfolio. There's an issue on what pertains to your role. You can contact our team and we can be able to guide you and talk to you. The other issue is regarding training of individual clubs. We have started doing this training, and I am requesting all the clubs that require specialized training to contact our team, and we shall guide you accordingly. We have sent out a number of policies, actually 12 policies in the last 6 months. We have formulated, they've been discussed by our team, passed by the EXCO and distributed to all the club presidents. And in case any president who is here and has not received, please contact us so that we can send you the same. We are also now training the PEs because they are the incoming leadership, so that they're also equipped with the new governance and ethics policies. And for your information, it is also mandatory for all clubs to have a learning constitution, which is actually available on my Rotary. This is the standard club constitution and the bylaws. And that is why I repeat again, if you need any assistance on this, our team is willing to assist you to come up with the bylaws that are customized to your club dynamics. We're working on new policies and guidance, including and not limited to cash management, how to handle cash within the clubs, grants management, dispute resolution guidance at the club level. We'd like clubs to empower themselves, the membership, the board, the president, so that they have teams or ad hoc teams that can handle issues to do with disputes within their clubs, and only escalate them when it is really a big issue that can rock the boat. We also have the whistleblower hotline, which has been open. We have not received the many complaints or information on that. I am guessing that everybody is happy, but remember, it's your right to report to us very confidentially any issue you feel is wrong or you feel is going to affect the integrity of the club or the district or even the image of RI. And I repeat again, whatever you put on this hotline is extremely confidential. Your name will not be revealed to anybody. So I thank you so much. I will continue to discuss with the clubs and membership on how to strengthen our district in terms of governance. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. But just before you go, there's a question, and someone wants to find out how they can access the governance and ethics documents.
Sorry?
How can members access the governance and ethics documents from the district?
Okay, they have been sent to all the club presidents, but in case they have not received, or anybody here has not received, they can just put their emails on the chat and we'll get this information and forward to them this coming week.
All right, thank you for that. And to our membership chair, there's George from Asu Tumishi, and he's saying Rotary Club of Tumishi would like to get some help in membership recruitment. I know this is something that probably is not being voiced by other presidents, but it's running across.
The thing about membership recruitment, first of all, let's go back to the basics. How do people join Rotary? It's by invitation. And each of us members in Rotary have to make it our business to invite potential Rotarians to Rotary. Our friends, our family, our business colleagues, and all that. That's where it all starts. So the biggest recruiters in Rotary is ourselves. So say, for example, Utumishi, how many people do you guys invite for your meetings? How many visitors visit you? Because that's where it all starts. Your functions, your projects, your your korogas. I know, like today you're having a koroga. How many people do you guys invite for that? And that's where it all starts. Number two, how visible are you on the activities you're doing to the communities? On social media, how much are you broadcasting, even to the communities around you? That's where you'll start getting people getting into Rotary. Having said that, I will also reach out to you in Utumishi, and we'll find ways and means of, on top of this, enhancing what we can do better to get people through the door in Utumishi.
All right, thank you very much, Membership Chair. And there are a few questions that are touching on reporting. And what I want to emphasize is we have worked on having a very organized way of getting information from the clubs up to the district and EXCO level. So for Rotaractors, the DRR is a fully fledged member of the executive committee on the district. So information to do with the Rotaractors comes to the district through him. And he has his own team who feed him that information, and it gets to us. For the interactors, we have a new generation's chair. He's called Rogers Obare from Rotary Club of Industrial Area. So he gets the information from the interactors and feeds it up into the district. Now, the other two questions are to do with training. So I would request if we can hold on to them when we get to training, because it answers some of the concerns there. For Mombasa, we have applied for district grants for only $50,000 US. We have not received any acknowledgement of the funds. Foundation Chair, those guys who have applied for grants and have not received anything, any acknowledgement or even get the funds, what do you want to respond to them about that? Then, as our Foundation Chair is coming in, I think this one goes to the Membership Chair, and the question is, I experienced low turnout of Rotarians at project functions, which have been ably funded. The question is, how is the district planning to motivate and continually interest Rotarians and communities?
Can I answer on the question on the foundation?
Yes.
Any club that has applied for the district grant has qualified for the district grant, because we had fewer applications than the funds available. So all those of you who applied have qualified, and you'll be receiving communication on that soon. Thank you.
Okay, just before you go, there's another one. Do you have to be 25 members to qualify for global and local grants? Do we have to be 2 years to qualify for district grants?
No, the district grants are open, but you must be at least 15 members to qualify for grants as from this year. It may go to 25, but currently it's 15. So if you are 15 members, you qualify for grants, and even for the global grants, you can qualify, but if you are very new, you'll be adhered by your mother club for the first grant.
All right, thank you very much. Membership Chair?
Motivation. It's a very dicey thing. What can the district do to motivate? I throw it back to the clubs. How well are you communicating your projects to your members? How relevant are the projects you're doing to your membership? Are you doing projects which your membership are not connected to, or are you just doing projects for the sake of doing projects? You remember at the beginning of this year, we talked about something called a health check for your club. Basically, it's asking your members of your club what they want. We are very good at leaders in deciding that our clubs need to go left without asking our members whether they want to go right. So we might be selling oranges to members who are looking for mangoes. And that's why it all starts. Talk to your members. Ask them, what do they want? Because I'm sure by the time somebody joins Rotary, and I'm talking about maybe 70, 80% of the membership, they already want to join Rotary to serve. So the issue of motivation should not arise as long as they are in sync with what the club is doing. Talk to them. Do those surveys. Do those surveys and get feedback from them, and so that by the time the club leadership decides you're going to embark on project A, you're carrying your members on board. Otherwise, you'll still have the same thing that you go, launch a project, 5% of the members show up, 10% of the members show up. Then you get frustrated. And you start now saying, you guys, we are doing this project, how come you're not supporting it? They're not supporting it because you never carried them along. It's a lone ranger tactic, which unfortunately we see it a lot in clubs, where we become the leaders, we become Bwana Kubwas, and we now start talking down to our people instead of talking to them. Rotary is about collaboration. I always want to remind ourselves, you are leading volunteers. You don't have a stick, you have a carrot. The best way to operate with a carrot is to make sure that both of you are holding the carrot, not one of you is holding the carrot and waving it at other people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And I would like us to move now to the next segment of our presentations. I've seen one or two questions that have come in, but I know we'll answer them in the presentations coming in. So on programs, this is what we set out for ourselves in this year. I know you might be wondering, we do other things as a club. We know we do prosthetics, but I'm not seeing it being factored here. No, that, yes, we get that information, and that will factor in now in the end of term report. But these are the things that we said we'd like this to run through all the clubs and see whether we can deliver this. We can deliver 1 million trees. We can deliver 250 kids getting heart surgeries. We can deliver books. We can empower women and girls, and we can prevent diseases. So far, this is what we've been able to do in the district. When it comes to the 1 million tree challenge, out of 1 million trees, we've been able to plant 120 as of December. I would say that is just about 11%. And I would urge you as clubs, what I know is that a lot of trees have been planted in the district. I've been party to it and I've witnessed it. But we don't get that information up to the data point. So I would really urge club leaders, club presidents, program chairs, please make sure all this work that you do as a club gets filtered into the district system. You have the president reports. We have I know we have a tree planting a group. Get that information out there so that we can give the right picture of what's happening in the district. And when it comes to clubs, so far, 61 clubs have been part of this. So I really like to urge the clubs that have not done any tree planting, make sure that you do it, and if you do and don't report, get that information to us. On the heart surgeries, so far we've been able to screen and qualify 203 kids, but we've only been able to do 80 surgeries so far. So there are some challenges that have come with it, and the district is working on it. On books, we set ourselves to distribute 1 million books. So far, we've only done 18,000 books. That's in 76 schools, and only 60 clubs have been involved. We have a long way to go in terms of making sure that we enhance the quality of education for the kids in our district. The onus is on us to make sure that we extend that favor to them. On women empowerment, economic empowerment, we've been able to empower 1,000 women and girls, and this is ongoing. Again, data not trickling up into the district. So I know the picture is different on the ground, and we just urge that in your reports, please make sure you get this information to us. Now, on the service front, I would like to bring back my core committee member, Susan, to talk about service.
Thanks, Tito. Before I move on to service, you can see that there's a lot of opportunity to do a lot at the program level. Rotarians, let me encourage you. You've seen the areas, you've seen the goals, and you've seen where we are. Push, let's do it. And when we do it, let's report on it so that we can celebrate what it is that we're achieving. I've been notified that Rotarian PTG Mbui would like to comment.
I wanted to clarify something that among the people who applied, the clubs which applied, 2 of them have their grants which are late in reporting, they are in the red. And so they are automatically disqualified because we cannot approve a grant for you if you have a problem with another grant. So instead of the 14, it's actually only 12 who have qualified. Yes, 2 have been disqualified because of that reason. Thank you.
Thank you. So you've heard what you need to do. So let's access those grants. On the service front, let's start with having a look at family of Rotary events that have taken place in the last 6 months. In September, we were able to have 20 events taking place. We had a bit of a dip in October, and that's, you'll see, directly reflects on the club participation, where we also had a dip there. And then it started picking up again in November and December. Fellow Rotarians, family of Rotary and service is everything that we are. It's the core of everything that we stand for. And therefore, I really want to encourage us that in the second half of the year, we really engage and get excited about being Rotarians. Under community service initiatives, we had a total of 113 undertaken, spread over the year. Concern there being that it's a downward trajectory, but I'm encouraged that I'm sure that in the next 6 months it's going to flip and take off upwards. The beneficiaries under the community beneficiaries were 63,725. And under Rotary RCC activated were 4. And unfortunately for VTTs, only 1 was undertaken. So there's a great opportunity there to improve. Under the district-led campaigns, we had 9 events that attracted 930 Rotarians participation. And under one that we were reviving is the business in Rotary, we had 2 events that were able to attract 150 Rotarians. So as you can see, there's quite an opportunity in the next 6 months to do a lot more under service and to really plug in and breathe being a Rotarian. At this point, I'll hand over to Tito to take some questions.
All right, thank you very much. And let's do some quick Q&As. And I can see one of the questions already running in. Trees problem. RC Embakasi applied for trees, secured areas for plantation, but as we speak, no response or offer for trees has been given. So I think, I don't know whether we have Mr. Trees online. Okay. Programs Chair, Janet Madenge. Janet Masharia. Are you with us? Unmute.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for the questions that you have asked. With regard to the trees, we are still looking into the allocation of the trees and the distribution. Please just be patient with us. It's not that we have slacked on that one. We are working on that. So we will get back to you. I think the question was from RC Embakasi.
All right. I don't see any other question. Is our service chair with us? Janet Madenge, maybe you could make a few comments on service. All right, I understand she's not online. Okay, so as you get the questions, or how, Jan, this is for you. How can a club apply for books?
Okay, we have had a book initiative led by one of our clubs. And what we'll do is that if you could just write me on the WhatsApp group and let me know what kind of books you want, where you want them to be delivered, and I'll be able to get that information back to you.
Thank you for that. I think we'll continue with our presentation. Training, the trends that we have on training. So there are 2 aspects of it. There is a training to prepare our club and district leadership, and then there's training for members. And we really took a lot of effort in planning to make sure that all the presidents, as soon as before they take over the running of their clubs, they have the skills and the capacities. And a number of trainings were rolled out, and this is how the attendance was. So we have the PET President-elect's training, so that it had 63% attendance. Then there's a training called Being PE, Leading Leaders. It had 59 attendance. Communication and conflict handling had 44% attendance. Then we had another training on putting skills on wheels, had 43 attendance, and the pre-PETs with a 59 attendance. Ethics and governance got 96% attendance. So what this does is it speaks to some of the aspects that happen alongside in the district in terms of reporting and club presidents having knowledge on where to get information and how to run clubs. So I really would encourage all the president-elects who are in this, make sure that you attend as many of these trainings as possible, because that's where you build your capacity to serve your club. In the district, we've been able to train 65% of all our members, 2,818, in the different webinars, in different training forums that we've had. And so far, we have had 14 of them, and we have had 5 webinars. So webinars are these big inter-club events that address a bit of some of the topical issues. Then district leaders who've been trained in the Rotary Leadership Institutes are 5, and then those who attended the zonal training, are 11. Now the last pie chart talks to the trainings that have been rolled out to all Rotarians, club leaders, and the chart is configured such that it tells us the demand, which trainings have been on demand and which ones have been on less demand by the attendance. So from this, grants and qualification is one of the well-attended trainings. And then we have membership also, was very well attended. We also had public image training that was attended by 16%. The new gen training by 5% and club patrons by 4%. What this does, it tells us where we need to focus our effort. I've seen in the foundation report, one of the things that they need to do, they plan to do in the next 6 months, is to roll out a lot of awareness creation to you as members. Now, on PR, I would like now to hand over to Susan to just give us what these charts say.
Thanks, Tito. PR and public image is a big one for us. You had our membership chair talking about how much do members know what's happening, the projects, and how they're able to relate and therefore participate more. And also, PR and public image contributes also to attracting new members and maintaining engagement. So it's a close one that we've been monitoring in the district over the last 6 months and hoping to see a lot more activity in the 6 months to come. In regards to our website, the district website, which DG also mentioned, we had an upward trajectory in terms of how many hits the website was receiving, new people logging in. From August to November, it was continuously growing in terms of attracting new eyes on the site. In December, we experienced a dip, however, as we moved to My Rotary, but we anticipate that change, the effect of that change will recover in January and February, and going towards the next couple of months, there'll be significant improvement in the number of eyes hitting our website. On the socials, that's Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can see that Facebook has the highest following and is fairly consistent, and even has a bit of a rise in December. I think if you can see December, people tend to have a little bit more time for the socials. All of them kind of peak in December. And we'll remain consistent on the socials. And you'll remember from the beginning of Tito's opening remarks, this is one of the key focus areas, is our ability to adapt as a district will determine our ability to continue to grow in RI. So we will continue to engage more and make our socials and our website interactive so that we can continue to have a lot more traffic and more growth in that regard. Timeline Stories is where we are sharing what is happening, and you had Chair Shohei mentioning that we need to get out there and speak a little bit more about what is happening. It has been on an upward trajectory, but there's still always more opportunity to do more with the platforms that are available. And then on the mainstream media, you'll notice that it's in pockets and peaks, and this is due to how much we put out there. But there's evidently a hunger for people to know what's happening in Rotary. So whatever we put out there, then we get quite a response on the same. As Rotarian Tito mentioned a few minutes ago, there was quite a bit of training that was undertaken for Rotarians, training on public image and branding, and that was particularly in the month of November. If you look at the yellow chart there, you'll notice that only in September were we able to put out quite a bit publicly on the projects that are being undertaken by Rotarians. And this creates a great opportunity for us to share more. So in the next 6 months, we'll be looking at publishing a little bit more on what is happening, the projects that Rotarians are undertaking and completing. So over the next 6 months, we're looking to grow the number of people using the Club Runner, which is what was introduced in December, so that we can increase the participation of members. The PR and Public Image Committee is strongly supporting attracting attendance for the DCA and the RI convention. Another focus area is supporting the membership growth and retention, as mentioned, through engagement and sharing on what the projects and service that's being undertaken. And the committee will also be focusing on amplifying communications on the legacy projects and also illustrating the impact of the foundation on the district. PR and Public Image Committee will also be continue offering guidance and support on branding and other activities, particularly to the clubs that are going to be chartered. Henry Durango, the chairman of PR and Public Image Committee, would like to encourage us, all Rotarians, to keep telling your stories. Think communications when you're planning and executing projects. Embrace technology. It provides tools that will certainly get you ahead. Give your best service to the community around you. Thank you, Henry.
All right, thank you very much. And the next topic is on the DCA, but I would like us to first have the DCA video before we get to have a bit of feedback.
My family of Rotary, the district conference is a time of the year when we come together as a family.
We come together to share love, friendships, to share our ideas, to join leaders and take action for lasting change.
We come together to serve, to change lives.
It's time for the District Conference and Assembly 2021-2022, which will be hosted in Diani between the 12th and the 15th of May 2022.
It will be a place for us to build more friendships, discover and support projects, enjoy the pristine coastal vibe, sports activities, entertainment and excursions.
It is a place where you can bring your children, have fun, and dive into the coastal culture.
We believe in learning more about Rotary and our district, and we believe in forging greater relationships when we meet other Rotarians, Rotaractors in the district and beyond.
We also believe that through coming together, we celebrate our past and future leaders.
Because Rotary unites more than 1 million people around the world, we want to continue that tradition.
We believe that this year, the experience in Diani is going to be transformational.
The trip has begun.
Save the date.
And let's continue to
spread the love.
Right, thank you very much for that wonderful video, and I'd like to hand over to Susan to give us the briefs on the DCA.
I don't know about you, but I already have my sun hat and my sunglasses. I don't know what the rest of you are waiting for. So with that exciting video, I'll just take us through the progress in regards to registration for the DCA and the representation across the district of the same. So we've had, within Kenya, the registered Rotarians for the DCA are now at 283. We have about 32% registration against our target of 800 participants for this. And in regards to Rotaractors, we have 40 registered. So like I said, I don't know what you're waiting for. Let's get our registration out there. Let's take advantage of the rates that have been offered and put across. In regards to representation across the nationalities, wait, this thing is small. We have top clubs in Kenya being Nairobi, Rotary Club of Nairobi Langata at 31, Rotary Club of Addis Ababa West with 12, Rotary Club of Hurlingham 12, Nairobi East 12, Syokimau at 10, and then Karen, Karingata, Kitengela, and Gong Hills falling below 10 each. So in Kenya, we have a total of 238 registered, followed by Ethiopia with 32 registered, and Uganda, Germany, and Singapore at 5. So guys, get online and register for the DCA. It's going to be an amazing program, has been prepared by the committee with key speakers and even a concert by a renowned reggae artist. Club registration, 40% of the 54 clubs have registered. 60% of 82 clubs not registered. 60% not registered. Room for improvement. In regards to the funds raised by the DCA, we are looking at a target of 12.8 million. And so far, we've only achieved 42% of this target, which means we are more than halfway down the road, but looking at a deficit of 58%. So guys, let's get online, let's register, let's take advantage of the rates available, and let's look forward to a transformational DCA this year in Diani.
All right, thank you very much for that. Let's talk finances. Let's get to admin as we wrap up our presentation. So from the finance committee, numbers of members who've been billed so far, 3,200, and the amount has been $82,000 US. And so far, amount collected has been 67,000 USD, which is 83% of the collection. So we're still slightly low, given that we are halfway through the year. The bank balances are as shown. The Kenya account has 286. The US dollar account has 279,000 USD, and the beer bank balance is at 212,000. The achievements of the committee is that the budget is on track. The district audit was finalized by 30th September, and it was signed off and adopted in December last month. Then 83% of district dues have been collected, which I really want to laud all the club leaderships for making sure this happens. And then the first half RI dues was all paid by December. The challenges that the committee has been facing, one is that governance remains a big challenge when it comes to accounting for money and management of the funds. Then the biggest qualification challenge is clubs unable to produce a set of accounts. So the reason why we are having very low numbers of clubs qualified in the district is because we've been having an issue of putting together and producing accounts in the clubs. Then still 17% of dues are outstanding. And then prior year dues of 8,700 USD is outstanding. And then the handover of financial assets during transition has become a challenge, especially at the club level. So from the treasurer's corner, if you're guided by a spirit of transparency, it forces you to operate with a spirit of ethics. Success comes from simplifying complex issues, addressing problems head-on, and being truthful and transparent. That's from our district treasurer. Then lastly, on the administration corner, so far, we've had 93 clubs having submitted their club strategies, which is 68% submission. We have quite a number of new clubs that are still working on their strategies. And then we have 62% submission of annual plans. If your club has not submitted the annual plan for this year, you need to start asking yourself, on what point are you operating as a club? If you don't have a plan, then probably you're just existing. Then 92% of clubs have been visited by DG. He alluded to that earlier, which is 132 clubs, which is really, really good. Now he can focus on making sure that you add value to your membership. And then on attendance and reports compliance, this has been wavy. So far, reporting by club president has been going down. We are now at 39%. So that tells you how much information we have as a district from clubs. And then attendance is attendance of president and the AGs to meetings with DG. And why this is important is because that's a forum where presidents and our AGs are able to give back feedback to the DG and to the district team. So when it is low, that means we don't have a lot of information coming up in the district. So that's the end of our presentation. And I would like now to take a few questions. And I hope the district teams are ready at hand to respond to some of these key questions from Rotarians. And one of them is, are we doing Sunshine Rally this year? If no, what is the plan as far as kids living with disabilities is concerned? I know I've seen PP Saum around, so can I ask you that question? Are we doing Sunshine Rally this year?
Good morning, everybody. Family of Rotary. Pleasure to be here and amazed by what is going on around the district. So Sunshine Rally, unfortunately, third year running is not going to happen, but we have a plan. I can share that with CD so that she can share it out to the whole district using the MailChimp. But in brief, what's happening is that we did a needs assessment survey of 131 schools that we've worked with over the years, although we are happy to take in information from additional schools because I know we've not covered the whole district. From this needs assessment survey, we found out immediate needs that the schools have and then the long-term needs. So the plan is to allocate schools to clubs, of course with support from the Sunshine Rally Committee, and see how we can quickly fulfilling their immediate needs. The bigger needs, the plan is to apply for district grants for the bigger stuff. So that's the big plan. Hopefully by next year, when this pandemic the world will have more idea of what's going on, we can have a Sunshine Rally again. I know we are all dying to have it. Myself, the team that I work with, unfortunately it's not going to happen, but we can still bring sunshine to these kids' life, identify schools near you, and reach out to us, the Sunshine Rally Committee, specifically myself, and I can guide you further. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, we can still bring sunshine to these kids. Now, there are a few questions on training. So I hope our training chair is here. So you can just do your own comments. But let me start you off with a question as you make your comments. So my question is, on training of different directors, is the district preparing physical trainings in future, and which can be more involving? And then there's another one saying, during PETS, the President-elect's training, can citation requirement be discussed to create familiarity to all and also reporting on the Rotary Showcase? And still, I hope you're noting, the other question is RLI open to all Rotarians? the Rotary Leadership Institute. Is it open to all Rotarians? And then someone is asking, how do I access these trainings? That's the current president of Rotary Club of Murang'a. How can I access these trainings? So, District Trainer Jen Katuga, karibu.
Okay, thank you, Tito. Allow me not to switch on my camera, please. Good morning, everybody, DG, MGD, and all family of Rotary on the call. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I will start off by saying the training on directors, we've had one already, and it might be difficult for us to have a physical one, because that would mean we are moving from region to region. However, it is something that we can organize where the regional coordinators can actually do it within the regions. The only viable way right now is to do it virtually so that we can have as many people attend. So the person who asked, we can arrange, please get in touch with me. We can do that through the regional coordinator, and we can have that. We can have a training arranged within your region. On the question about citation during PETs, that's a very good suggestion. We will take it up and I will discuss it with the DG, and I believe that's something that we can take up. Yeah, RLI Institute, so is that open to Rotarians? Yes, it is to the Rotarians. I believe it is open to all Rotarians. I believe it's only getting to know exactly when the information is circulated and what you need to do to get yourself there. Now, as regarding training, my comments would be, during the DG's year, we really put together some world-class training. You know, we put together some really good trainings, if I may say so myself. And the trainings were really to prepare you. And what we looked at is having the trainings before you took over as a president. So we packed the training so that we can give you now room to be a president and only have sessions during the president's meet with the DG, you know, small bits of trainings, but not enlarged as we did. And the idea was to ensure you are prepared, not just as a Rotary leader, but also as a leader in your community, as a person. So the way we looked at the training was to prepare you for very many things. Now, what we got to see is, and we have now, the statistics we have right now show that people who did not attend the trainings, people who did not do the online training, be it club presidents, because we also requested the club presidents to ask their directors to do the online training. So be it the presidents, be it the club directors, be it the AGs. Those are the ones who tend to be struggling right now, because the trainings we have online are second to none. I mean, they prepare you for everything. They let you know who you can contact when you're having whatever struggles. They let you know how to deal with conflicts, how to communicate effectively, how to improve on your communication. So my ask is that those who are coming in, please, when we call for the trainings, attend the trainings. And there's a question about how do we access the trainings? After every training, actually the recording is shared. So if it hasn't been shared with you, if you do not have it, please call the office, country office. CD will be able to share that recording with you. But soon after the training, we always share the recording. Now remember, training is supposed to make your role easier, make it more fun, and have you more engaged with your club members because you're aware of what is expected of you. And the trainings also allow you to take away all the stresses you'd be having or the fears you would have as you're coming in as president or whatever leadership role that you're taking up. Please, let us take these trainings. I know sometimes they sound like there are too many trainings, but you know what? We can only grow from the trainings. We always say knowledge, people say knowledge is powerful. Yes, it is powerful, but more powerful is what we do with it. But you cannot have it if you don't even show up. So it's so important. And if you're not able to attend, we do appreciate you will not be able to attend every training. But please always get the recording. go through it. And if you have any questions, my team and I are at hand to answer any of your questions that you might have. Thank you. Keep training, keep growing. Back to you.
Thank you, our district trainer, Jen Katuga. Our DCA chair, let me welcome you with a question. And someone is asking, can someone, okay, that's the DCA chair, can someone clarify the visa interview fiasco for Houston Convention, just to encourage members who have been slated for 2023 date? And also talk to the fact that we have only, we have 238, I think, Rotarians who are already registered for the DCA. And we've seen a list of the clubs that are already qualified. So please talk to your members so that they can start running with the big boys. DCA chair.
Good morning, Rotary and Tito. Thank you very much. I believe that question may be addressed to Violet, who is running the team leading the Houston Convention on to Houston. The visa, I don't know whether Violet is on the call. But for the DCA, you don't need a visa except if you're coming into the country from outside East Africa. So please register. I've put this, the link on the site for those who need to register. The rate is currently $250. It will go up on the 1st of March. So take advantage of the current rate, register. Let's see you in Diani and let's have a fun closure to this One Love Rotary District. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, our DCA chair. And I think I would like, in the interest of time, I'd like to wrap up this address. And I want to thank all of you for being part of this. And I would encourage, as clubs, let's keep measuring our impact. Let's keep measuring all what you're doing. It's part of professionalizing how we run our clubs and our district. So thank you very much. And see you at the DCA, because that's the next time you're going to meet. And I want to hand over the meeting back to our District Secretary, Faith. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tito and Susan and the entire strategy team for putting up such an exemplary presentation, and also for all the district leaders for collating all the information to facilitate this presentation. We really commend everyone for a job well done. And thank you also to all Rotarians for staying put. We've still had 300 plus throughout the meeting. So thank you for attending and for staying throughout the entire session to see what is happening at the district. And at this time, I would like to welcome back our DG for his closing remarks, and also to close this session for us. DG, floor is yours.
Wow, wow, wow. Tito and your team, you are amazing. You're amazing, and this session has indeed delivered a one of a kind, and a one of a first of many in how we actually corporatize and take the affairs and business of Rotary as it should. Because we're here serving leaders in their own rights, and the look and feel of how we run our businesses or the organizations that we work for should indeed also reflect in how we run our district and Rotary at large. I truly hope that this was a very fulfilling, eye-opening, and a come to Jesus moment for each and every one of us this morning. I truly hope that we can be able to take back our learnings, our insights, our discoveries back to our membership and back to our clubs as we serve to change lives. Now, I'd like to summarize a couple of things that have been discussed this morning. And before I do that, I want to sincerely thank the district leadership team that has so ably been able to present the state of our district in the eyes of these various dockets that have and continue to be the central cog of our Rotary wheel in this year of One Love. Now, when we start with our new generations team, what are they asking of us? They want our support. Offer our support as volunteers to be able to serve in the area of our youth leadership trainings in terms of holding our Rotaractors, our Interact clubs, and bringing them to the fore. They're asking of our help in ensuring that we've been very intentional about having our new generations directors in our respective clubs stepping up. The second thing that's going to be very exciting about the new generations team is in the second half is about the blood bank. When I had the opportunity to meet His Excellency, the President of Kenya, he assured us that he would be more than willing to support us in infrastructure as we set up blood banks in this country. I'm still very focused in getting at least one going and with the rest taking place as we progress under DG Azeb's leadership. The second part of this cog is on membership. What's the rallying call that we've learned and heard from over and over again from our district membership chair, Maina? That membership growth is our business. Let's be intentional about it. Another thing that I've gotten to learn from Maina, it's not that hard. Unless we're keeping ourselves in the wrong company, I do believe each and every one of us has a friend or two, has a family member or two that you can be able to bring into the family of Rotary. When I went around clubs, a lot of members assured me and promised me that they will bring a new member to our club. Let's not deny people who want to take action and people who want to serve about themselves that opportunity to actually do so in your respective clubs. So be intentional about the each one bring one agenda. I would like to remind us of this. There are individuals, exceptional leaders that have taken and adopted the power of one. And one of those individuals is Past Assistant Governor Abu, where in his club, they were struggling 2 years ago on the area of membership. With that, he came up and did a whole 360 turn and became a club president in his respective club. And he grew in 1 year his membership in the club to around 80 members, out of a club that was at number of 35. In 1 year, it's possible. The power of one, never take it for granted. And if you want to continue learning, and if you're a club member or a club leader that is struggling on this area of growth, reach out to your colleagues who have good stories to tell. And as you all know, I love storytelling agenda. Let us tell our stories more. And you'll find that by telling our stories more, you'll inspire others to be able to actually grow within this very organization. The third part is on the foundation and giving. Our past district governor, Peter, a very passionate gentleman on this area of being able to do more through our grants and that come in from the foundation, has asked of us to be able to give more to the foundation. This year would have been a good year to be able to give more district grants or offer more district grants to more clubs. But unfortunately, through the challenges that we faced in the previous years in our giving, that's 3 years plus ago, what has happened is that we've been unable to receive enough funds that we'll be able to have otherwise created a bigger impact in our communities. Let us not be part of that statistic. And I'm asking each and every one of us here to continue giving to our foundation. Commit And I'm speaking now to the people that are in that club of zero givers, otherwise known as the Bure Rotarians. Let us not become Bure Rotarians. Let us commit of ourselves to give at least $20 to the foundation individually, and you'll have gotten your club out of that list of shame. Let us avoid that kind of thing. Naturally, Rotarians are givers without being asked or without being coerced. Let us walk the talk and give without asking something in return. The other part is on the governance and ethics. This has and continues to be one of the biggest threats in our district, and it's continuing to grow. And this we must stamp out by all means. It has brought a threat to the very existence and the core of members enjoying the safety and the trust within the clubs. It has degraded some places, in some instances, and this is an area that we must address. Please do reach out to the governance and ethics team who are readily available to able to assist you and put up documents and to improve the processes that have to do with your governance documents within your clubs. The hotline numbers will be shared again and often. And if in doubt, please check out your district website for more information as you gather on how we can be able to actually really improve on our governance and ethics space. The other part on programs and service, it's our time for action. A lot has been put in place by Jana and her team to be able to put the structures around the area of the distribution of trees, the area of the heart surgeries and so on and so forth. Let us watch this space in the second half. And John and your team, I am rallying behind you in ensuring that we deliver that One Love agenda of being able to do more. On the area of training, with our very passionate district trainer, Katuga, she continues to tell us to invest in learning. A well-informed Rotarian is a good Rotarian. None of us here either came out knowing everything or the ABCs about Rotary. Each one of us invested our time in learning on the very essence of what it is to become a good Rotarian and in serving. The online platforms are readily available to you at my Rotary, at the Learning Resource Center. Take advantage of that. Our website ideally has enough links to be able to link you up to previous trainings that have taken place. They have all been posted in there. If you wish to log in and get the recordings of a lot of the trainings that have taken place in this district, they are all in there. Take time, invest in learning in Rotary. For a district conference and assembly led by our very able AAA, guys, you don't want to miss this. I think we're punching below our belts in terms of being able to bring out experience that is set out and ready for you. God knows I've been out in not having an in-person district conference in the last 2 years. I have missed creating new friendships. I have missed reconnecting with Rotarians across the board. Some of the biggest and greatest people that I've been able to meet that have formed lasting friendships that I'm happy to call family, I did meet them while in Rotary. And as such, I would ask that we invest in our friendships by attending the district conference. A lot of us have and continue to have created these friendships as people met in the district conference. Make that date, pay early. For the international convention that's happening in Houston, we have a record registration of close to 318 members. That surpasses even what we locally have in our numbers. That scale is not working out well. Does it mean that this is a conference for Alex, or it's a conference for Antoinette. The district conference is specifically showcased and curated for your interest as a member of our District 9212. It is your conference. Invest in it. All the things and all the speakers and all the events that have been set out for you are purely bespoke and are there to deliver for you a one-of-a-kind experience. So please, for the district conference, register today and let's allow the organizing team enough funding to be able to actually organize a very good event for you. Because with forward planning, by knowing the numbers that will be attending, then we're able to showcase and put together something that is going to be out of this world. On the area of admin, I would like to ask each one of us to do this. Hold your club leaders accountable. Ask questions during your club assembly on the matters of accounts. Ask your club leaders around the conversations of reporting. As you've heard, a lot of reporting has been low because we're not getting a lot of feedback from our club leaders. Hold them accountable. There's a lot that's happening behind the scenes, but without this being brought into the fore, it's very difficult for us to be able to support you as a district leadership team in seeing how we can help you be able to hold together your club. And this can only be noticed by your club leadership reporting to the district and overall to RI. The district citations will continue to be communicated to you in this coming few days. One that ideally will set a clear compass and direction as to what we should work on in delivering the clear agenda in this year of One Love. This will also be culminated in a recognition that will be done during the district conference as we celebrate the achievements of the various clubs that continue to do good. Now, I would like to say this to our leaders, either as a director in your club, or a club president, or a country leader, or a district leader. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then your mark of excellence as a leader will be and will take shape. Create that legacy, leaders. This second half, it's for you to be able to turn up and stand up and say, you know what? The first half was warm up. The second half, let action happen. And to our members who are following all these leaders, I would like to say this to you. Followership is a discipline of supporting your leaders and helping them to lead well. This is not a form of submission, but one that helps create wise and good caring leaders, done out of a sense of gratitude for their willingness to take on responsibilities of leadership and a sense of hope and faith in their abilities and potential. Be intentional followers by supporting your leaders and offering a helping hand. When we do this, we do it all together. I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you, led by my district governor nominee, district governor-elect, as my past district governors, the district leadership team here, the country leaders, and you are members, our dear members, Rotarians and Tractors. The second half is here with us. We have two options. We can either sit back and watch the end of the game coming to a close, or second, which will be my very intention, is for us to score goals and to win it for our district. I have no doubt that this second half is going to just be as exciting and exhilarating as ever before. It's this final round. Let's finish strong and let's do it with one love.
Make this world a better place. From Addis Ababa all the way to Juba, turn around to Nairobi, spread the good vibes around. No matter who you are, I will be there for you. No matter who you are, I will be there for you. No matter where you're from, no matter who you are. Who are weekend, be the change you want to see every day. Be the change you want to see. Be there for those who are weekend, be the change you want to see every day. Show me love, from the mountaintop to the seaside. Show me love, down along the riverside. Change you want to see every day.
My family of Rotary, the district conference is a time of the year when we come together as a family.
We come together to share love, friendships, to share our ideas, to join leaders and take action for lasting change.
We come together to serve, to change lives.
It's time for the District Conference and Assembly 2021-2022, which will be hosted in Diani between the 12th and the 15th of May 2022.
It will be a place for us to build more friendships, discover and support projects, enjoy the pristine coastal vibe, sports activities, entertainment and excursions.
It is a place where you can bring your children, have fun, and dive into the coastal culture.
We believe in learning more about Rotary and our district, and we believe in forging greater relationships when we meet other Rotarians, Rotaractors within the district and beyond.
We also believe that through coming together, we celebrate our past and future leaders.
Because Rotary unites more than 1 million people around the world, we want to continue that tradition.
We believe that this year, the experience in Diani is going to be transformational.
The trip has begun.
Save the date.
And let's continue to
spread the love.
to see every day.